Excuse me. May I?
Students are welcome to everything.
Cold season. Saying that it's cold season.
How are you? Welcome.
Thank you.
How's your family?
Since when do you care about any of that?
I'm adopting a facade of caring.
Here he is. Dr. Wendy Carr, my partner, Holden Ford.
Dr. Carr.
Agent Ford. I read a lot about your notes.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to my office. I'm glad this worked out from the Kemper meetings. I was in a real rut with my new book.
What's your book about?
It's about white-collar criminals, men not so different to your Edmund Kemper.
How do you think the men you study are...
First of all, they're all psychopaths. I study captains of industry. IBM, MGM, Ford, Exxon, you name it. And sure, these men all but not because they stopped being psychopaths, but because they just had different leanings.
But you think they have the same underlying personality traits?
Well, Kemper shows a total inner emotional structure, no ability to reflect on the experience of others.
You saw this in my notes?
It would have been clearer if you'd recorded and transcribed your interviews. Though your project is obviously in the nascent stages, it already feels like a clear successor to The Mask of Sanity, which, as you know, is quite a compliment.
Can you repeat this? Us interviewing these killers is crazy?
Just the opposite. I mean, crazy in the way that anyone with a truly new idea is crazy, but no.
That's a relief.
That hasn't really been the feedback we've gotten so far. Actually, this is the only feedback we've gotten so far.
Well, these men are just sitting here, locked up, and with far-reaching value of their insights.
Far-reaching in law enforcement.
Into behavioral science, early detection, criminology, you name it.
Wow, yes.
What have you?
You obviously need to put this on a more formal footing. It's going to take a lot of time and energy to expand it into a larger project with a specific questionnaire. Like thoughts were on why they did it, when they were aroused during the killings, that sort of thing. Then contrast, compare, and publish.
Publish?
Okay. I mean, maybe even turn it into a book.
A book?
Whoa. We definitely appreciate the vote of confidence, but we weren't even allowed to send you those notes. We can't publicize what we're doing. Head gave us weekends only and an office in the basement. We still have students. We have road school full-time. We can't just drop everything.
Road school?
We travel around the country.
Oh.
We're seeing Benjamin Miller in Bridgewater this afternoon. Road school is what gives us the freedom to go out and interview these guys.
We can go bit by bit. Kemper and Miller and build it.
I didn't realize that this was so informal.
We can make it formal. We can do that easily. And then a book. The successor to The Mask.
I guess I just thought this was valuable from an academic standpoint.
Have you shown your Kemper notes to your department head? I mean, can someone else do that?
Anyone can. It's really not that hard.
That is not true, and it's beside the point. Shepard doesn't even want us to talk about this. You really think he's going to say, never mind a book?
Do you really think people would be interested in this outside of law enforcement?
Truly imagine what it takes to bludgeon someone to death. The lust for control, the feeling of arousal, victim, to humiliate her corpse. How could you possibly get that from an ordinary police report? Publish my book. Because narcissists don't go to the doctor. Psychopaths are convinced that there's nothing wrong with them, so these men have virtually a way to study them in near-perfect laboratory conditions. That's what makes this so exciting and potentially so far-reaching.
It's not that I just know what it means when he gets that crazy look in his eyes. I'm afraid it's just not feasible within the bureaucracy of the FBI.
We've got weekends. We've got the evenings after road school to tell Shepard.
You know, interviewing 40 men across the states is a full-time job. And if you want this to be a legitimate academic study, then you're looking at 4, maybe 5 years. And
Well,
it's a shame.
we have an interview with Miller.
You know, this is really important work. If your boss won't let you do it, then you should really talk to someone who has the freedom.
It'll be slow going, but we're not ready to give up yet.
Of course not.
But it's good to get some encouragement, even if our hands are tied. Thank you.
What if...
Don't.
I'm just saying we could...
Holden. Look, I'm frustrated too.
You know they have to shoot the birds in the yard because they might be smuggling in drugs from the outside? Actually, I don't know if that's true.
A girl makes cons?
No. Actually, Debbie's the first girl I've really dated since high school.
Dated.
Yeah.
Married.
I thought they said 3 o'clock. What are we waiting for?
You'd be less fidgety if you smoked cigarettes.
Bureau agents, tension forward.
Dr. Kale. We spoke earlier on the phone.
Thanks for doing this, Doctor. We realize it's somewhat unorthodox.
Unfortunately, Miller says he won't talk to you. Now, there's really nothing we can do now. He should be in a better mood tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Well, he gets like this sometimes. Just needs a cool-off period before he can interact with people. But come out.
We're headed out tonight. We can't come in tomorrow.
I'm sorry. Will you be back to Boston another time?
Perhaps. Thanks for your time, Doctor. Well, that's the last time we give them advance notice.
Holden,
Do you ever feel like you're on the cusp of something major and it just...
where did you get that ironing board?
Your closet. I just can't stop thinking about this project. Dr. Carr said it could have far-reaching consequences.
Why are you up?
This project. The idea is so exciting.
Okay. Just don't...
Bristol's only an hour or so away, so we don't have to do road school to get to it. There's, Vaughn Greenwood.
The Skid Row
One with Herbert Mullen.
The Cincinnati Strangler. What's his name?
Post-Ulaski Jr.
I assume he's in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Hospitable guys.
There's always Richard Speck in Illinois.
Great. We can do a Midwest sweep.
Gerard John Schaefer, he killed at least 30, they think.
A golf course. Hey, Roy. What can I do for you? Okay, let me get back to you.
What's up?
Carver. There's been another one. The same age as Rosemary Gonzalez, only...
Bill, my God. We're vindicated.
What's the matter with you? An old lady was just murdered.
Did she have a dog? Please tell me there's a dog.
A bigger here.
Amen.
Not only is this exactly what we predicted, but we believe he's getting a taste for it, and there'll be more.
A sequence kill. It's what we're calling it when they kill 3 or more.
Is this a new classification? Because you need to get a steno to put it into writing.
You bet. I'll talk to Marge.
Is this what you were talking about with the...
We need to go there and make sure they bring him in.
It's what we predicted.
Thank you, Holden. I've been listening.
We have a responsibility to make this right.
I agree. You do now. And to catch.
Yes, sir.
Her name was Laura Conway, living literally half a mile away, practically up the street. Same thing exactly. Same time of night that Rosemary Gonzalez was attacked.
A dog like that must have put up a fight. Right. You're on something like bite marks.
Dog's fucking lasagna. We rousted a bunch of kids. We had an 18-year-old from the neighborhood we liked, but he had an Al Fry cook. Clocked in till midnight. His co-workers vouched for him.
You spoke to his boss?
Yeah, one of these new burger joints. Big corporate setup.
Like McDonald's?
Actually, look at that dog. Someone had a good fucking grip on it. Damn near eviscerated. And this woman wasn't as frail as Mrs. Gonzalez. Older and determined.
I don't understand the sexual assault part. Why just groping? Why not rape her?
He didn't rape her because Nellie ate her.
This one's sick son of a bitch.
Supposing he's 35, 40. Supposing these women are his mom's age.
It's a mom thing.
Wait a minute, 40? Did I just hear you rounding up teenagers?
This time wasn't his frenzied. It's not a teenager.
Sacramento DA reamed my ass for hassling busboys, and now you've changed your mind?
It's not a one. This guy's getting confident.
At least late 20s.
Physically mature, emotionally immature, socially undeveloped. Possibly still lives at home.
Narcotics, maybe. That's
What do you think?
why not?
What if he still lives at home, but maybe he's married?
Or separated.
Separated.
Guys in unhappy marriages have hair triggers. They lash out.
Think about that.
Lucky you.
You guys still think he's white, not Latino, black?
I think blacks, Latinos might be too racist. Poor white trash.
Listen, we did talk to some older guys. And this one right here is pretty interesting. Just came walking up off the street. Been drinking. One of these guys that likes talking to cops, you know?
We should talk to him.
Mom! Remember me?
Yeah, I remember you.
Mom! Detective Roy Carver. These are my colleagues Bill Tench and Holden Ford. Hello?
What do you want?
It's Dwight, right?
What do you want with him?
These gentlemen were the FBI.
Dunn, who the hell have you brought into my home?
May we come in?
FBI knocking at my door. I might kill me now because that is what you're doing. And it is a slow death. It's my only son. I might as well walk up to the freeway, stick myself in misery.
We'd just like to ask Dwight a few questions.
Are these yours, Dwight?
You'd think he'd be out of my hair by now.
You sleep on the couch here?
We ain't not too drunk to get up there.
Maybe we could talk outside, Dwight. Have a smoke.
Give me a fucking moment to breathe.
Cigarette? Nice lady. You have a lot of friends, Dwight? I saw a dog leash in the house, but I don't see a dog around here.
You got a girlfriend?
Must be tough bringing a girl home with your old lady breathing.
No.
No? It's not hard?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Good-looking guy like you, I don't believe you.
Put it this way. You never had a girlfriend?
One time,
What happened?
our mom decided we were too young to get married, told her parents.
She ratted you out. What happened to the kid?
Abortion.
How old were you?
20.
How old was she?
20.
That doesn't seem too young to me.
I don't know, what kind of fucking question is that?
I'm curious. Humor me.
Well, I don't know is the answer.
Do you think she loved you? You okay there, Dwight?
What?
Looks like you've been going at your arm pretty good.
No.
Let me see your arm. How'd you get those scratches?
I get drunk, I don't know.
Yep.
I bump into things, I guess.
Like what?
I got them from a piece of wood. It's fine, I don't have a dog. She's the one with the dog. No.
Dwight. Why don't you tell us right now how you got those scratches? So you don't lie.
I got them from a piece of wood.
Is it just you and her in there?
Jesse,
Who's Jesse?
some guy. I smoke,
Doesn't it get cramped in there? The three of you all together?
I guess.
Is that new? Jesse staying with you?
Weeks. Just met or whatever. I don't know.
That room's close by. Is it?
No,
That would drive me crazy.
She sounds like she's kind of hard to please. Does he do what she wants?
she doesn't know what she wants.
No?
It's a guy, then she moves him right in. You know? Kind of fucking weird.
Did you ever talk to her about it?
What?
She made you get an abortion with your girl. I mean, he's living right next to you. Do you get a say in hearing them fuck?
I think that would piss me off if my mom told me what to do all the time.
How come you let your mom treat you like that?
Don't you ever stick up for yourself?
I stick up for myself.
I'm sorry I didn't hear you doing that in
I
there.
didn't hear him say anything in there.
I stand my ground. I'm no...
Saying, why do you stand there and take it?
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You ever cuss her out?
I give as good as I get.
What does that mean?
You ever been in a fight? Mom, right? Mom's different.
You only have one mom.
Never laid a finger on her. You didn't even raise a hand to her. Of course not.
You raise a hand to your mom, it all goes to shit, right?
You ever lost control?
Not with her.
Sense, you need to let off steam, show her who's boss. You'd never hurt your old lady, but
You never hurt her because she loves you.
Flooring residents can rest easier tonight. 2-year-old Dwight Taylor in connection with a recent pair of sadistic assaults. Police say Taylor, himself a resident of the sleepy suburb, beat Rosemary Gonzalez, stabbed to death Laura Conway, 64. The victims live less than a mile apart. In a disturbing twist, after viciously attacking his elderly victim.
All right. Listen, everybody in this room remembers when they were figured out they wanted to be a cop. I knew I wanted to be a detective in the 3rd grade when I read A Study in Scarlet by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. He's the modern-day Sherlock Holmes. And that makes you Dr. Watson. Thank you. Either that or you guys are psychics. Hey, don't laugh. There's a lot of psychics in California, and they all want to be cops. All the cops want to be fed. Oh, he's going to make a speech. Inform us, so wise one.
Thank you. Together, and Roy, thank you for acknowledging what my partner Bill and I are doing. And for embracing that if we all work together into the blackest night and shine a light on the darkness. I'm talking about real.
And thanks for the beer.
We were happy to help. Congratulations. Good luck.
If only you could shine a light on the darkness, you could illuminate my keys.
Very, very funny.
Okay, you got us. Good stuff. Yeah, I wanted to hear how you're doing, that's all. His teacher. No, I don't think we'll be back in time. So, okay. I just wanted to hear your voice. Give him a kiss from Dad. Do you mean that violence in the movies drove you to kill those women?
No. My point is, in reality, it doesn't work the way you expect. Supposed to fall dead, they go, whoa, they fall dead, right?
Right.
In reality, when you stab somebody, they lose blood pressure endly. So I was reluctant. I didn't enjoy it. Did you get that on tape?
Yeah.
You know, it all really goes back to my perceived inability to communicate socially, sexually. I was scared of relationships, even sitting down to talk to a young lady. I wanted to communicate. Ironically enough, that's why I up, and I'm going a little further each time. It's a daring kind of a thing. Like first there wasn't a gun. Then I'm driving along a place where there aren't people watching, but I say, no, I can't.
So you picked up women but didn't kill them?
But then, a gun is in the car, and the screeching, eating feeling is inside me. I would have loved to have just raped them, but not having any experience at all. Inside, it's this fantastic passion.
Fantastic passion.
It's a good phrase, no?
Then what happens?
You know, I'm thinking of writing my... Maybe help me with that.
I'm sure you can pull some strings.
Then it builds the feeling?
And at some point you begin to enjoy the thrill.
Person's throat. You need to cut it from ear to ear in order to sever the windpipe and the jugular so that they bleed and suffocate at the same time. That's how I learned the term ear to ear. Literally what that meant. People think it's just an expression. It's not. You have to.
So there's no pleasure, Ed?
Sure there is. I just wanted the exaltation over the party. In other words, winning's alive. That was the pleasure. I was the hunter. They were my victims.
So how did you feel after your first kills?
I liked Mary the best. I was lukewarm on Anita.
What was wrong with
particular? It was more that Mary was really quite struck by her personality and her looks there.
Reverence.
Sure. Sometimes afterward I visited there to be near her because I loved her and wanted her.
At the murder site
myself, but I've always gone after the pretty girls. Bet you're the same.
Sure.
You probably can't from age 15 to 21 for the murder of my grandparents. I was very much out of touch with women my own age when I got back on it. I'd been living with people older than I was for so long, I was like an old fogey.
That must have been jarring.
You know, when I confessed to the police by a diner for some food, some attractive young ladies walked by the car. I vomited. Right there and then on the police violently. That was just how I reacted to women. I had no other way.
Let me ask you something. About your inclinations. Your mom, maybe?
Obviously not the way you're talking to what?
If I could get a word in edgewise. Everything would have been different from the moment I woke up in the morning, and she knew all of my buttons because she put them there. I was her toy all my life, right up until the moment I cut off her head with a hunting knife.
Ed, why did you do what you did? With her head?
As anyone. You know, that night I walked up to her bed. She's laying there reading a paperback. As many thousands of nights. She says, "Oh, I suppose you're gonna want to wait up all night and talk now." Can you believe that? Wait up. Shit. And I knew I was gonna kill her. You know, for the first time. Because I'm not a lizard. I'm not from under a rock. I came out of her vagina.
Is it true that you put part of her into the garbage disposal?
Her vocal cords.
Why?
She wanted to destroy me with words, literally, so I shut her up for good. And now everyone knows it was the way she treated her son. Pizza. You guys.
Okay, so you get out of the car.
Apartment building.
Anyone around?
So I'm home, walking up the stairs to our apartment with a freshly severed head draining about a pint of blood into a duffel bag.
Go ahead, take another slice.
Thank you. Then comes this picture postcard, groovy, happy young couple on the stairs. They walk right past Fantasy Life, and this pretty girl, pretty name, Kim or something, going out on a date with her boyfriend.
And it could just as easily be.
Exactly. And I realized I've never been on a date in my entire life, ever. I got in the door, and I said to Mom, you know.
And what did she say?
Thank God. Can you believe that?
What a bitch.
That's when I started burying the heads in the backyard.
Sure.
Right underneath, looking right up at her window while she was at home. Right under her nose, man. Couldn't help myself.
What the fuck?
I know it's silly, but Mom always liked. Whoa.
I still smell like Kemper. Or maybe it's just CMF.
It did smell pretty bad.
Like, was my appetite. You like your mom? Sorry, not funny.
Yeah, I like her more.
You like your wife?
Yes, I do. I've known her all my life. Not sure what I'd do without her. How about that girlfriend?
Yeah. She's great. She likes me.
Sounds like we got it made.
Feels good, doesn't it? To fly home having got them.
Yeah, it feels good that Dwight's off the street. Kemper has a way of tempering that.
He makes you sick to your stomach, doesn't he?
Yes, nothing behind Kemper's eyes. It's like standing near a black hole.
Right.
And he thinks we're his friends. Well, which makes you a pretty great FBI agent. You know, I've been thinking about our conversation with Dr. Carr. We're good at this shit, even if it turns my stomach. If we're gonna take a back seat to everything new, everything, if she really thinks the idea is that good, that it has that much potential to change people's lives,
Yeah.
maybe we should invite her down to strategize.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
At least we could compile what we have so far and create a plan, so if we want to talk to Ship. It's a long shot. He hates you already.
He's beginning to hate you, too.
So why half-ass it?
Everybody kept doing it. Just like Kemper.
It's kind of prosaic that it's always the mother.
It was the mother, but in a very different way. Love. You could even call it that.
Was she hot?
Who?
His mom.
Ugh.
People thought my mom was hot and always really disgusted me. But then she went through chemo and nobody made jokes about her anymore, and it kind of made me sad.
I don't know your mom.
I was asking you to grab my boobs when we're fucking. Make you check for cancerous lumps.
Is that why? I can't let these guys rub off on me. The way they view sex.
And women.
Thanks for coming. I needed to see you. Now that I'm all clean.
You're going down on me, Lonnie.
Kiki. I'm very kinky.
You with this nail file. Then I could be part of your case study.
You would be a very compelling interviewee. Hey, can I ask you something?
Oh, sure. Well, what's on your mind?
I've done a bit, in particular, the list of deviant terminology.
The cuss words.
Right, well, I was thinking more the descriptors of the acts. Fellatio, cunnilingus.
Oh, okay, what exactly is the issue?
Well, that's just, again, I don't have an issue. I really don't know that they are deviant. That one.
Have you talked to Bill about this?
Oh, sure. Bill agrees with me.
And you think we should alter the curriculum?
Just about it. Okay.
Fuckhead.
You can keep that.
Fuckbag. Gangbang.
What's right is right.
Clismophilia.
Clisma what?
Enemas. Either giving or having.
That can stay.
And we're losing pussy, dildo, fellatio, cunnilingus.
Thank you, Marge. It's for the best.
All right.
So, you and Dr.
Few cases here and there. We go back a few years. Why do you ask?
Just curious.
No.
I didn't mean to imply.
I enjoy being married. Thank you.
I didn't mean. Just Wendy has something. Not sexual. Maybe a little sexual, but her ideas and her energy. I sound like an idiot.
You sound like you have a crush on teachers.
It's just someone like her. Don't you think?
I get it. Old man Tench jumps on board, so what? Grumpy old shepherd, who cares? But the
That's her. Dr. Carr,
Agent.
how was your trip?
It was a little dull, to be honest. I was grading papers.
We can stop at the cafeteria for a coffee if you like.
No, I'm fine.
We're just this way. So what are you teaching?
I'm teaching a class on the intersection of, Andy Warhol, Jim Morrison. Their celebrity becomes the only thing they need to sustain their ego.
Nixon was a sociopath.
Very
The United States, if you're a sociopath.
The question is, how do you get to be president of the United States if you're not? That's why this work is so high.
All the way to the White House.
Perhaps. Yeah.